My neck is hurting me. I started out feeling a little bit off today. And then, actually, matter of fact, I didn't even know I was going to be going anywhere. But I did. And my neck started all like, hurting and stuff. So I'm hurting right now at my neck. But I did hold on to my promises. Unless I'm really in bad shape that I cannot move, then I won't do anything. Sorry. That's just the way things are. I mean, yeah, I shouldn't have moved anyway because I had a neck problem, but oh well. I did it. Because after all, you gotta keep your promises. So I was watching Tiara, and it's a show that, yeah, it is that. I was thinking of pre-tier or something, I guess, or whatever, but that's not the one I was looking for. The one I was looking for is Tiara, and I know for a fact that they either need a movie or something. It's just like with The Devil is a Part-Timer, so, you know. There's always got to be something more because they're not finished yet. I don't know what they're not finished with because I don't remember, but I know I've seen like the last bit of it. It's been such a long time, but I can't remember the exact details, but I know that it was enough to say that, yeah, we needed like another season or a movie, which I've never really thought about before, but either way, it's kind of silly to me to kind of wrap up things in a movie because, technically speaking, a lot of times when you wrap up things in a movie, there's always still unanswered questions, and whether or not, like, especially if it is legitimately canon, so, yeah. Anyway, so moving on. Okay. So, I've been looking at these things like, a veteran gets arrested after being forced to... I didn't watch the video. Title looks stupid, but, you know, whatever. Because sometimes that could be misleading. But anyway, I'll check it out later. And I'll do like more of a full review on it. But right now, I just want to put my personal thoughts on it. Like, that seems fishy to me. Because, literally speaking, he just said... They literally put in that he got arrested after he was forced to remove a doorbell. Now, the reason I say it's fishy to me is because they wouldn't just do that. I mean, there are probably laws somewhere or whatever. Maybe at one point we've done that in our history. But, you know, it just seems too fishy. How the hell can they do that? It's like a lot of things. Like this video that's edited and the cops are being sued over it. Like... the sheriff's department. Doesn't really matter, all cops anyway. There's not much difference. Except one's higher in command, I guess. I don't know. I mean, a cop is a cop. No matter what role they are in the police force, they still are a cop. The only difference is ranking. It's like if you get pulled over by a sergeant, they're still a cop. It makes no difference in the terms of who you are arresting. You know? It makes none. You're arresting somebody. A security guard is not necessarily fully responsible either for anything out there because, no, not everybody is trained or has permission to deal with things. And a lot of security guys just don't want to deal with it. I think that, and it's not fair to say that, well, they should have been doing this, they should have been doing that. That security guy, as far as I'm concerned, did the right thing. Now, I can't say anything about whether or not she did the right thing by recording it, instead of calling for a backup, but she should have done that. Yes, I admit she probably should have done that. But as far as her getting involved and impeding in progress, I mean, it doesn't matter if you shout for help because you've got somebody there. He's got a gun, he's got a gun, I think he's got a gun. If the suspect has a gun, you know, and you're talking about that, I would say the same thing could be said about the police force, but the thing is, they're more trained and highly qualified to handle this. And a lot of times it's not good to interfere and you don't know. It's not right to blame the security guard because, oh, well, she didn't get involved. So what if she didn't? I mean, yeah, she could have done it, called for backup or try to do something, but then again, so could they. I mean, seriously, you are cops. You are the ones who are more trained to deal with this shit than the security guard is. Especially because the laws really don't say, yeah, a security guard can and should be dealt with that. Or that they should be trained to deal with that. Because there's no guarantee that a guard would be, trained for that kind of stuff. A guard is just there to protect property. And that's it. Plain and simple. It doesn't matter the role or how much they have say in that. Is the fact that what they are trained in, specifically mainly, and I speak as a security guard myself. I mean, it doesn't really matter if I am or not, but I can tell you right now that we are trained specifically, not specifically to take down criminals. I mean, yeah, there might be other security people that are trained for that more professionally, that has more combat training, but not every security outfit is trained to handle and deal with criminals. Okay? I mean, it's not really our job to record such incidents, or to handle a suspect. It may be in some security. Like I said, I mean, I cannot speak for most job. It all depends on what the hell you are trained to handle. It's not because whether or not you put on the fucking uniform. Uniform has nothing to do with it unless you are a cop. A cop has that more. Okay? I mean, literally, that is just like, okay. That's like saying that unless you are a war veteran, you cannot fight into the wars that we have. And there's nothing wrong with the security guard helping out, but that is literally not our job. I speak from experience. And it wouldn't matter if I had experience or not. I know from personal, even without it, from both sides. Okay? That it also depends on what our job is. Not because we put on the uniform. You put on the uniform. You're the one who's trained. Just as much as an Army veteran is. They are trained to handle it. Everywhere you go, any cop or veteran is more qualified and more has the training and is supposed to be, handling that situation. Now, I can't say whether or not it's okay for a veteran to interfere, but they also do and don't have clearance, as far as I'm aware. So, it doesn't matter if you offer $500 or not for any security guard to get involved, because, that is also considered bribery. I don't like bribery any more than the next person. I don't mind getting paid, but I will not do bribery. Because if we're going to sit here and do this whole bribery business, what if we just said, okay, well, as long as you pay us $1 billion or whatever, I'll let you steal whatever you want. See, again, literally, our job, regardless of how much say we might have, isn't about the criminal. Our job is to make damn sure that the property is protected. It has nothing to do with how we handle a criminal. So don't berate us security guards, because I'm going to tell you something. Again, even if I wasn't a security guard, I feel for the security guard. That's not right. And now she no longer works anywhere. She can't do that because she didn't help. And she could have been doing this. She could have been doing that because you put on the uniform. No. I have a part of uniform too, but I wasn't trained in combat. I mean, I have a little bit of combat skills, but I'm not trained enough to hold down some damn criminal. I am not trained to do that. I'm not even trained to disarm a criminal. And plus, I'm by myself. And it wouldn't matter if I've got other people or not. we are generally not trained. So how can you make that stupid ass assumption just because we put on the fucking uniform? The uniform literally does not dictate whether or not we've had training to deal with criminals. The uniform dictates whether or not we are solely responsible for property, not because of whether or not we handled or tackled a criminal. Sorry, but no matter what you may say, it will not hold up in court. And the day it does is the day that you might as well fire every damn security guard out there, because they are not all trained to handle this. There are some departments, again, that may handle that, or ones that may step up to the platter. But you're not going to find a lot of us that are really trained just because we put on the stinking freaking uniform. Even if we don't have a full set of uniform on, we are not highly trained, nor are we highly paid to take care of such criminals. Our job that makes us responsible, no matter what, overall, is property. It doesn't matter who's stealing it. I mean, yeah, it matters that they are doing it, yes, but what the hell are we supposed to do if we're not wholly qualified to do it? Uniform means jack shit, as far as I'm concerned then. The only thing that it means is that we are there to protect property. Property and a human being is way different than property. Okay? You can't treat a human like they are property, no matter what they may commit. Even if they are committing the supposed crime. Okay? Again, we are not all trained to handle such things that the cops are supposed to be taking care of. So fuck you and your stupid damn logic, berating us fucking security guards, because you automatically assume that just because we put on the fucking uniform, we have to have had the training to deal with it. Even if we are specialized in it, that doesn't mean we have, every right to interfere. We don't always know anyway, even if we did have training. A lot of times, cops do not want you involved. It doesn't matter if they say all of a sudden they're issuing some $500 fucking reward. That is not fair, because one security guard didn't get off her lazy ass. Even though she was moving, but she didn't go over there and do anything other than record the damn thing. That is highly fucking outrageous. Which brings up another thing. Parroting. If you have a teenager or kid or child who has a cell phone, unless they bought and paid for it, I can understand the whole idea that it's not right to take it away from them. But if a parent was to provide such things, because a lot of kids don't have a choice, okay, they are given these such tools as a right-of-way, as a communicationable thing. And in the first place, it's all, well, we can't spank our kids. I don't have any kids. But apparently, even if I had them, unlike when I was growing up, I could get easily spanked for doing something I'm not supposed to be doing. But when later on, when I became an adult, yeah, you weren't allowed to spank kids. So now, you can't even take a cell phone away, because if you do, you go to prison. Now again, because they've already been saying, and it's not that they shouldn't have to, yes, they should, okay? First of all, if you don't say that, then it's not right. And two, why is it so wrong to take away the cell phone? Now, I get, again, this isn't a question, the question is whether it's a personal property of them. If a parent gives you a phone, that doesn't necessarily mean they can't take it away. I mean, unless you're an adult, which, okay, again, that's also something to face. But if they're a teenager underage, then it shouldn't fucking matter. Again, unless that said child has gone out of their way, made some money, and bought the damn phone and the service. Oh, actually, even if they didn't, it still should be, that if they own the damn thing, then yeah, a parent shouldn't have any right to take it away. But at the same time, if a parent lets you have one or whatever, then yeah, they should have a right to take it away. It's not theft of property. And it shouldn't be considered that. Because the parent is paying for whatever the hell this child is doing. They don't give kids unlimited fucking minutes. They don't even buy the right cell phone plan anyway. I mean, sure, if you paid like $90 and had a 2-plan deal where you can have another phone on there, yeah, okay, it might be unlimited. But the thing is, you don't have that kind of option. And you still have to think about what their budget is and whether or not it's their actual phone that they bought and paid for. It's quite unfair that a parent is being punished. I mean, literally, anymore, it's like you can't even be a parent these days and discipline your own kids. I mean, it's not like they sit there and took a damn bat and beat the hell out of their damn kids, even though that's not right either. But it's not like they're spanking your kids. You're just taking away property from them for a little while. It's not like it's a forever thing that, you got to be able to earn it back. It's called discipline. It's not like you're just taking it away for no damn reason. I mean, seriously, if there's a reason, then I think it should be okay. And again, because of how we do things now, well, because of if kids, and this is not a guarantee that kids will be buying it, okay? It's more of a guarantee that the parents are the ones that are paying for it. So they should have the right to take away the phones. Now, I get if they're like an adult age between 18 or older, yeah, all right, fine. But if they're younger than that, it should be excusable. Okay? Seriously. What a bunch of bullshit. Oh, you can't fucking do this, you can't do that. How dare you tell me how to parent? Seriously, my own kids. We all have our ways of disciplining our kids, but there are certain limits we can go. If we can't even take a cell phone from a damn child when they misbehave, then what the hell is the point? It's called discipline for a frickin' reason. You have to learn somehow. A phone is a privilege when it is given to you, not when it is bought. When it is bought out of their own pocket, it is a right. But when a parent pays for the cell phone, even the service included, it is a privilege, not a freaking right, to have that cell phone. That is a privilege. And you're going to say, well, even if, it doesn't matter, so we're just going to arrest you and throw you in jail. What the fuck, man? Where's the logic in that? Where's the parenting? That's not parenting kids. I mean, we can't even spank our own kids. We can't put them in timeouts. We can't yell at them. We can't do this. We can't do that. I mean, yeah, I know we have to talk to our kids, but sometimes talking doesn't work. They have to have a damn tantrum. And it's hard to get through that. Unless you take away the one thing that they cherish the most. I mean, what's next? Oh, if we change the password on them for the Wi-Fi so they can't freaking do anything, we're going to get arrested for that too? I mean, I may not be a parent, but it doesn't matter. Okay? It doesn't matter if I am or not. It shouldn't matter. Because what matters is that parents, regardless of whether or not you are one or not, because I can feel for them. Alright? But yeah. I think it's bullshit that we can't even parent our own children. I mean, seriously, I understand that certain things shouldn't be done to our own children to teach them lessons, but there are things that should be taken into consideration, like taking away their cell phone if you buy and pay for it as the parent, and if they are underage, and if you have a reason. All those things all above. Doesn't matter which order you put. Well, actually it does. The first person has to have a reason. But anyway, and ultimately, if there is no reason, then yeah, even then, why should they be punished? It's just a privilege. It's a possession. A phone is not really a necessity more than it is if it was to be used as only emergency only. And it's hard to have a tracker on the phone, too, because, that's not parenting either. That's just stalking your own kids. I don't know what the hell is wrong with this damn world, but the more it changes, but don't get me wrong, there's a lot of good things that come with change, but there's a lot of bad things. Always has been, always will be through history. But the more we progress, it's like we're kind of taking a step back, and it's like, okay, how do we teach kids lessons? It's like, okay, same thing applies to how the hell are they supposed to learn a value of $1 if they expect everything to be handed to you on a silver platter? It cannot be done. Everything, even if you could make yourself rich, everything is not handed on a silver platter. Because if that were true, people would not retire. People would stick with you forever. Or get sick of it and had to have vacations, blah, 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 Damn, it hurt me so much pain. But pretty much, I just want to quickly touch base with, a lot of fishy things that are going on and stuff. And honestly, and parenting, of all things, is being judged. How the hell can you parent anything anymore? We can't take away guns from our kids. When they don't have guns. You see, that's the thing. A lot of parents don't give out guns, but they give out cell phones. Okay? And how do we parent by giving a gun and taking it away if we don't ever give it to them? Because, yeah, I can see that, but, if we were giving guns to our kids, not every parent believes in that. As a matter of fact, they don't even believe in giving any of their kids weapons because they're highly dangerous as hell. But no. Let's just go to that route. Are we supposed to yell at them? No. Are we supposed to spank them? No. Are we supposed to beat the crap out of them every time they misbehave? No. And you can't even hardly put them in a timeout. Because timeouts don't work too well. Unless you raise them well enough to put them, it'll make them go into the corner no matter what. In other words, well, I don't mean like no matter what, like they're being good, you put them in the corner, but like whatever their attitude is towards it, like even if they could try to resist, if you discipline them right, to understand it's time for a timeout, then they will. And even though sometimes it may carry into your adulthood, it doesn't really do a lot of good. It only does good when you're a kid. So, that way you are well behaved. But otherwise, hell no. So, yeah. it's hard being a parent when you can't parent your own children, especially because what the hell are you supposed to do? I mean, literally, you can't give kids weapons, but it's like, well, that's one of the options that's left, and yet half the time it's like, no, you don't want to do that, but then, you could do that, but then take it away. I don't know. The much easier method would be to give them a phone and then take it away, but I mean, like, if they misbehave, in other words, and only if they misbehave. How the hell do you parent in this damn world? I don't understand any of that freaking law bullshit about parenting. There's nothing we can do. We could just let them just get away with it. In the mean damn time, my kid's turning into a criminal, no matter how young he is or she, and she's going over there robbing banks and stuff like that because I didn't step up to the platter and discipline her as best I could. Even though that sometimes they can still happen anyway. But the ultimate thing is while they're still young, they won't be doing it if you discipline them right. Discipline them enough with a well-balanced discipline, And as far as them being adults, well, there's not much you can do. You've done all you can. It's pretty much up to the world to know what you can do when they become adults. And that's it. So my question ultimately is, how the hell do you parent in this world without discipline? And don't tell me it can be done. That's bullshit. Okay? Some sort of method has to be implemented or they won't learn. Now, I can't say nothing about even if they did learn, they won't turn out that way when they get older. But at least while they're young enough to be kids, with well-balanced discipline, they won't be doing that. I can say that for sure. Anyway. You see just nothing but people freak out in courtrooms and stuff like that constantly. The compilations is just about as ridiculous as watching. If Pokédexes were literal with so many damn volumes. I got up the first few hundred fucking times, dorkly. I don't need it 1,000 more fucking times for them to be even more literal. Did you know that Mankey can slap walls? No kidding. Do you know that if Mankey was real, he might be a monkey, but he might not be. And you might have to kill the damn thing. Oh my god. Really? Fuck you. Look, I appreciate the knowledge and all that bullshit, but, man, there's only so far you should go. You should give it up after a while. I don't give a damn how popular it is. It's like if I keep making Final Fantasy VII, from the old games, make it one episode, make it more little, and little, with every detail about every stinking character in the game. Did you know that Cloud can strike down buildings? Oh my god. I mean, if he was real. Do you know that if we do that, though, we're going to have to arrest him and maybe execute him and all this bullshit? If he was real, do you know that Tifa, or excuse me, as you call it, Tifa, were real, her knockers would be too damn big. Oh, did I say that? Oh my god. What the hell is wrong with me? Oh, that's right. I'm just being really literal with every freaking bit of data that I can put into it. I mean, it gets old. It's already lost its luster because it keeps on going on and on and on, putting on more and more about Pokemon you really don't need to fucking know. You know where a Pokemon can hold a drink for you? Well, no shit. Have you not been watching the TV shows? I mean, if they were real, yeah, they could do it. I mean, maybe not in video games. In video games, they don't do that. They come out, they battle, that's it. Big deal. So damn literal. If Pokemon were so freaking real, we'd have to execute every one of them for destroying freaking property. Because, yes, Pokemon are capable of destroying property or destroying the environment because they can cut down trees. Literally. And did you know that if literally we're going to go there, they don't need the cut ability, they can just cut it down. They already have scissors or blade abilities. Why the fuck not? The fuck do you think they need that? That's one of the stupidest, useless fucking things they could ever put in Pokemon. Was the cut ability. The cut ability. You could have already been there, but you had to wait until you got the cut ability. The odd thing is, if you look at the manga and the TV series, they never used the cut ability. And if they did, it wasn't that much used as the damn games were. Like, literally, you didn't have to wait for it either. You just got it. And one of the useless things as well is that you only had, like, up to 4 fucking moves. And as well as, it's like any other game that has to do with, like RPGs, like Final Fantasy and Suikoden. You have to sacrifice characters. You can't have them all in battle. Like, literally, you can only have up to 6 fucking Pokemon. 6 maximum. Even if you liked all the other Pokemon, even if you could capture all the Pokemon, it's basically fucking useless. Because by the time you beat the game, which is by the time that, and it might be more, but it's kind of hard to justify getting more once you miss certain things and whatever. But the game's pretty much beaten. Pretty much once you beat all the Elite Four and all the trainers, and the rival you have to go against, all that bullshit, pretty much the game's over. The anime, on the other hand, never over. No matter how many rivals there are, because Ash goes through them like butter, or like underwear, And it's such a big old contradiction anyway, going back and forth about, how much they're literally forced to battle, and whether or not they aren't. Just to survive. Against other wild Pokemon, you use Pokemon instead of, or using a Pokeball to capture them all. And if you capture every stinking Pokemon in the world, regardless of whether it's duplicates or not, that's just wrong, because you are now considered Team Rocket. Because you're basically stealing it, and no one else would have a chance to use Pokemon for Pokemon battles. Because even people, the dumbest thing as well is that even for those that have used them for the police force, the fire force, and nursing stuff, they still use them for battles and competitions and beauty contests. All this crap. Great show. Games suck. The games were not a good implication or a good creation of the show, because you never had to sacrifice moves either. That's another thing. Sacrificing moves. I mean, yeah, you could probably forget one, but they never mentioned it unless there was some kind of mesmerizing thing or something. But it was never mentioned more than it was in the Pokemon games. One of the stupidest things as well was the forgetting a move and sacrificing anything on there. So basically, if you wanted to use any other skills or whatever, even if you could relearn them, is a waste of time. Simply, basically put about Pokemon the video game. Or games. Even the tournaments frickin' suck. So, and don't get me started on Sword and Shield. I mean, I was never that much heavily into a fan of the games anyway. The show was greater than the damn games. It's a shame they didn't actually implement the same thing they could have gotten in there. And I get that if you're going with 8-bit, you only have so much room. I get that. The one thing is that they have much more room the higher the upgrade. Did they ever do that? Hell no. They kept the same old stupid fucking formula by forgetting ones. And then they said, well, because people kept bitching, so we'll just go and cut out a lot of Pokemon. And another stupid thing about Pokemon is, and I don't think they're even able to use Pokemon moves other than the 4 ones. I don't know. I'm not too familiar with Smash Bros. And the other things. They actually have Pokemon fighting in tournaments. And that's another thing. Smash Bros. Having Cloud. And then people have the gall to bitch about Sephiroth. See, the thing is, no Final Fantasy character belongs in the Smash Bros. Universe. Because Smash Bros. Are original Nintendo characters. And that has literally nothing to do with Final Fantasy. Because here's the thing. If it did, why don't they use the other characters there too? They were a part of it. Even though they may have left the platform and have been digitally remastered and refixed. But they had a lot of the same stuff. Whether it's mobile or it was on other consoles. So that was it. That's what you had. Soul Calibur had Link in there, Cloud, all of that. I don't really understand Soul Calibur. I think there's supposed to be a main storyline as well as a tournament. It's like a Eager Hardridge, or whatever they call it. That had 2 different modes. They had also little different tournaments and stuff like that. Earjais, I'm not sure how you pronounce that, but it's actually spelled E-H guys, I think, or with an R guys. Either way, you'll find it up there. Just look it under PlayStation, under the E section. As a matter of fact, the best place I would think is let me go to. I think that needs to screw up somewhere. So let's go to Chrome. Look up Cool ROM. I'm just going to do this real quick. It doesn't really matter. Let's see where we're going to find our answers at. It'd be quicker just to do it through here than it would be to look at game facts. The only reason you would look at games facts if you want like guides and stuff and know the storyline or whatever. So let's go to Sony PlayStation. It's the only one. It's the only one of its kind too, by the way. I should point out. So let's go by browse by letter. And really, I hate when websites do that when they're so heavily populated with damn ads, and they make you click on one, which is stupid as hell. Okay, I don't remember that, but either way, we will find it. Yeah, there it is. God Bless the Ring. There's also the Europe version. Europe version isn't always the best, but a lot of times it is better because it has the American translated version. So there you go. You want it? It's right here. I'm just going to click on this one since it's got that. And since it's Cool ROM, it's going to be English anyway. At least I think it is. I don't know. But yeah, it's a large farm. But there you go. You know that if you... Well... There's got a lot of stuff in there, tournaments and stuff like that, and it's kind of like a demo, but it's not. It's got like a full game with 2 different partners and stuff like that, where you switch back and forth. It's very interesting, but it's like a survival horror RPG that has like the Final Fantasy elementals. There's even Sephiroth and Cloud in this. I think Tifa's in here. I'm not sure on that. But there's not a lot of characters. I mean, you could probably unlock it if you had the, I guess, the full version or something. I don't know. I don't think you can get... Well, you probably could if you were on a Game Shark or Game Codebreaker to unlock other characters that were in the game. And there was supposed to be a sequel, but it never freaking happened. It was just like on paper format like Ghostbusters 3. That never happened. I mean, they talked about how there was a lot of filming, which I didn't know about that, but all I heard was there was supposed to be that, and that was before Ramis died. The third Ghostbuster that was with them all along before he got sick and passed away. And then when he passed away, that was the end of it. I mean, it was pretty much already dead anyway, since it was never released. And they kept getting delayed and delayed for many decades. And we never got a Ghostbusters 3. The new Ghostbusters does not fit the thing. I think it's Ghostbusters 2016 or whatever, with the women in there. And it ain't nothing against women doing it. There were women in the second Ghostbusters that put on a jet pack or whatever you call it, a ghost pack, for zapping ghosts, and it didn't matter. So it's not about that so much as that, you know, it's just, you know, it doesn't count. It's not a sequel at all. It's just like they're rebooting the whole franchise and saying, yeah, okay, we got it. I got this for you if you're looking for your next fix for Ghostbusters. It's kind of like when they came out with a whole nother cartoon series, which I saw. I didn't get to see much of the old one. I've seen a little bit here and there, but I wasn't able to be fully immersed into it like I was with the Next Generation, because they had all the old people. I won't swear to it because it's been too long since I've seen the show, but I think it was voiced by the original cast, or at least some of them. So, but I could be wrong because it's been so long, but they were designed and operated just by the designs of the original characters. Now, as far as the voice actors go, like I said, I won't swear to it, but I think they were supposed to. If not all of them, most of them were there. Just like in the video games. Other than that, no. So in essence, you have a great game, a great show, great series that ended with 2. But there was so much more that we never got. There was more that, if you count like the comic books and stuff like that, even that wasn't exactly as canonical to explain a lot of things and stuff like that. No, not even the movie. To be fair, no movie, show, or TV series, whether it was animated or not, was ever canonically on to the point that just as much as the manga or comic book, depending on whether it was Japanese or not. You know, like in other words, if it came from Japan. Before it to come from Japan, even though they call it a comic book, it's not really. There is a huge, huge difference. And that's why we call it the manga, or not just called manga, because it's way more role playing and more strategic than any American-made show. It has a lot more stuff to it. All American shows that have ever been made never had any magical stuff coming out of them. Best we can do is make like Superman, you know, or The Flash or something like that. But a lot of the majority of it came from from Japan anyway. That's just what I heard. I don't know if that's true or not, so don't quote me on that. A lot of stuff I can tell you for a fact that it is what it is, and it's comics versus manga. And I'm not going to say comics are better, and I'm not going to say manga is better, nor am I going to say comics or reading the book is better than TV, or TV is better than that. It's all a matter of preference, you know, of what you want to watch, how you want to watch it. You know, I have nothing personal against somebody reading it, but I have something against somebody who calls me out and says, yeah, that's just so stupid. If you want to know more, they start trying to give you the spoilers and all this crap. Like, yeah, you have no idea what's going on, half of what's going on. They start telling you this and that, how wrong it is. It's just like when they talk about the subbed version. You know, when it's just, you know, Japanese only, no English dub. It's so much better. Like, who's better than what? Japanese, English, or the manga, or all three? Neither. They're all equally good in their own right. And that's the thing. You know, nobody wants to see it as a fair ratio for every one of them, and depending on who wants to watch it or read it however the hell they want to. I don't go up to people and say they got a book from a library and say, you know what, it's so much better if you read it in the or watch it in a movie theater, because it's so much better. You know, you're wasting your time and your money, and I'm going to tell you how it all ends. They get all screwed. Just an example. I don't do that for a reason, because I respect everybody's rights to be spoiler free, and I respect everyone who wants to watch or read it however the way they want to. It's your freedom choice. I mean, even if you did all three, I don't give a flying rat hole of a donut. You do it however you want to. Just like me. I'm going to watch it the way I want to, and that's it. Don't come barking at me, taking it personal because, oh my God, how dare you, and all this crap. I don't care. You can move on. I don't care about you. I don't give a damn if your feelings are hurt because I didn't read the manga or the comic book, or I didn't watch it in your precious Japanese only. I watched it in my preferred language of English dub, or I did all three. It doesn't matter. What matters is I'm going to do it the way I want to, and yes, I do prefer to watch it in English dub. Not to say I've never watched it or read a manga, but I don't read manga, and I don't do Japanese. Not to say I don't never do it, but as much as I do English dub. And I used to read books, but that's about it. So, anyway, I'm just going to say this much. I think that everyone is entitled to their own opinion and entitled to watch or read however they want to do it. That's just how I feel about it. If you don't like that, well then, stop now. Go away. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, I know I don't have to go to jail because of how I feel, how I want to watch something. I mean, to me, I don't think it really needs a book, but if it has to, hey, it's got to have it. Just like, you know, I mean, I do believe fully intently that it should come from an original source originally when it starts out, as always, for any show. Like, you know, if it starts out with French, Japanese, Mexican, or whatever, or all the above, I think it should be always equally intended for all those who can obviously watch it. I don't mean like Braille, but, I mean, nothing against the Braille, but you gotta think about, like, are the Braille going to be watching it, really? No. For those of you who are going to be watching it in subtitles, English subtitles, regardless of whether it's English dub or not, it's still going to be poorly translated. You know? And it's fair that it's there, but, you know. And a bit of a fun little trivia fact that if you want to watch it in subs, you know, with the subtitles being in Japanese only, then you can learn that. If you understand what it is in English, though, or whatever language you're trying to translate it into. Otherwise, it's not going to mean a lick of crap to you, even if you could read it. It's like, what are they saying? With or without sound, it doesn't matter. Anyway, I gotta go. I just wanted to quickly talk about that. And, yeah, I definitely give this game a recommendation. And, yeah, pretty much. Hope you all are doing well. Bye.